We got some people to call out on today's stream. Y'all see the title. William McNeil Jr. gets exposed. We're going to go there first and foremost. We got to jump right into that topic to start the stream off. Very, very nasty work going on. We'll react to all the new footage. I got y'all on that. Rick Ross responds to 50 Cent. You see their little back and forth from these recent claims in Rick Ross's direction, and he came back with some fire. I ain't gonna lie. And I got a little mini 50 Cent topic to spin off of that as well. Also in the title, we got Ksoo's dad ready to testify. Some people already knew his talking in the box as it related to his son for his son Ksoo's situation. Now trial is on its way, and he's set to testify against his own son. I'm going to bring up some reminders and backstory about the whole Ksoo case, who he is. And then we got some other information and some other stories to go over this morning as well. So let's do it. Let's start. Let's bring it up. Released new footage as it relates to the William McNeil Jr. case. Oh, man, this is not good, people. This is not good at all.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
It's only 35. I'm properly driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
33 at 16:21 hours.
I'm here. What's your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right.
Get over here.
Don't touch it.
Get over the ground. Put your hands behind your back. Resist. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was going
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
What I'm doing, bro? What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No.
Yes, bro. Yes.
No reason, bro. You look on the phone like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off now, man.
Bro. And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro. My left pocket didn't even act.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, bro.
I don't know.
Can you back me up to the car so I can lean up? You broke my down.
All right. Let's bring it back
The reason why
now.
you're popping the door open like that?
Let's bring it back to the beginning. I'm going to say off rip. Hey, Mr. William McNeil Jr., we had your back a day and a half ago. We had your back. The whole community was enraged. I was enraged. Y'all saw my stream. I gave it up for the young man. I was like, this is fucked up. The whole thing was about, damn, racism still alive. They just be concealing it. Disgusting. Because this really does happen in the fucking world where we done horrible like this. Punched in the face, dragged out the car, and all that. The man deserved all types of justice less than 48 hours ago. Yeah, I'm going there. I don't know who changed their opinion after watching this footage, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. When we look at this right here, he is in the wrong 1,000,000 times over. Over the black community and just the general community. We had your fucking back, buddy. You lost it. You lost it. Don't care what happens to him legally at this point, okay? Yesterday or 48 hours ago when we covered this, we saw about 6 things that was wrong as far as how can we avoid this situation. Not saying that the police was wrong. We were just saying, how could we avoid this situation? Number 1, he said his windows were broken and the windows wouldn't go down. Let's take that for truth, right? That's 1. Suspended license. They talked about weed, right? They talked about call your supervisor. What else do we have going on? They alleged a possible knife in the car, right? Let's say allegedly with that still. Let's say allegedly. What else? We already talked about the license. He had like 6 different things that happened that would drive the situation to tense or pissing off or frustrating police officers during a random pull. Oh yeah, the 6th one was the lights. The your lights being off while you're driving, right? So he's like, all right, let's look up some of these laws, right? And I still have it here. In Jacksonville, are you obligated to get out of a car if instructed by police officers? U.S. Supreme Court precedent. The court ruled that after the lawful traffic stop, an officer may order a driver out of the car for officer safety without violating the 4th Amendment. Florida law and case rulings, Florida courts, including in Jacksonville, follow these precedents. The Florida Supreme Court has explicitly confirmed that officers may order drivers and even passengers out, especially if there is a K-9 involved. Now, there wasn't, but you can. Local criminal defense commentary also supports that asking someone to step out of a car, even during a routine stop, is lawful police practice in Florida. Now, watch this one, people. Refusing to comply with lawful order can result in charges like obstruction of justice or resisting arrest. People, when we thought he was catching the resisting of arrest charge that he pled guilty to, we was thinking that it was just a little tussle back and forth after he was already pulled out the car and punched into the face. No, he pled guilty to that charge because by law, you broke that law. The moment they asked you to get out the car and you didn't comply, you broke that law. That's why his ass pled guilty to that shit. I was scratching my head like, why did he plead guilty to that? If this is all about police brutality, that's why. That's fucking why. Yo, and we're not even done. The headlights. Let's talk about the headlights and was it a lawful stop to begin with? Because all of us, we know the law so well when these cops pull us over. Y'all watch too many of these fucking viral videos and swear y'all gonna fuss with these cops and these police. I know my rights. I know this. I know that. Okay, let's read it. Under Florida statute 316.217, drivers are legally required to have headlights on in these 3 conditions: from sunset to sunrise, including twilight hours. What does that mean? That means when it's dark outside, okay? Number 2, during any rain, fog, smoke, or other conditions that reduce visibility below 1,000 feet. That's the one right there. And let's add in number 3 just in case. When windshield wipers are in continuous use due to precipitation. So that's raining, okay? Number 2, that last part, or other conditions that reduce visibility below 1,000 feet. People put these fucking laws in place not to piss you off and say, ha ha, I want you running your headlights. It's for driver's safety. That's why that's there. During any rain, fog, smoke, or other conditions that reduce visibility below 1,000 feet. Was that established in the footage? Let's check it out now. Let's check the footage out. Now I'm going to rewatch it with y'all. I'm going to do reactions in between. This is why this guy was 100% fucking wrong in this situation. I'm sorry. I'm not fucking with him no more. I'm not supporting him no more.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works.
Stop. For police safety standpoint, there's already like curiosity here. He asked him. And if you peep, everything that the cop says to the guy is respectful. Respectful, low tone, non-confrontational. This guy's presenting all the confrontation. He says there's a reason why you open the door like that. If you get pulled over by a cop, the last thing you're supposed to do is pop open your fucking door or get out your car. We've seen videos of people getting out their car to talk to the cops. They're like, yo, get back in your car. I don't know why you're getting out. Get back in your car. That's not how the process goes of being pulled over for a driving infraction. You pull over, you roll down your windows. Me, I roll down all my windows, all 4. I want you to see from every fucking angle, and you sit there. And if you want to go a step further, hands on your wheels or hands where they're at least visible, the type of things that keep your ass out of trouble. But you're not popping out the fucking door. You're not getting out the car. So that's the first thing. And then he says, my windows don't work. Okay. All right, cool. Let's continue.
Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on.
That's the answer right there. He said it. It's over. It's over. This man thinks that he got pulled over for no reason. The police officer didn't say for driving with your taillights out. He didn't say for swerving. He said for driving during inclement weather. Did you see the definition that we ran about when you need to have your headlights on in Florida? He said during inclement weather. Now, are you ODing out there on the road? Are you trying to get some fucking tickets filled on your quota? Maybe. Did you really need to pull this guy over? Do you really think that the weather is that crazy that you got to make sure for their safety, everybody's headlights? Maybe not. But this is still a lawful stop. And dare I even say, if you look at the video, outside looks a little bit gloomy, don't it? This is crazy. It actually looks a little gloomy out that bitch. The officer answered him respectfully. He said, for driving without headlights during inclement weather. Now watch this man, Williams' response.
Two things: you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights, and it's not weather. It's not raining.
He said, it's daylight. I don't need the headlights, and I'm not raining. Once again, you don't know the full law, buddy. This is one of those cases where the cop lawfully is correct. Human-wise, is he correct? I don't know. Whatever. It could be a petty pullover. But lawfully, he said inclement weather. He didn't say it was raining. And he didn't say it was dark. You left that rule out because you don't know all the fucking rules. And I didn't know them before I fucking Googled them today neither. But I wouldn't need to learn them at this point because I would have just fucking complied. All right. Continue. It gets worse.
It's not raining. Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over.
Listen to the cop's tone. Once again, respectful. Giving the guy he gave him an answer. He wasn't a dickhead. He was, I'm just pulling you over. He said, inclement weather. I'm not going to argue with you, but that's why I pulled you over.
Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
Driver's license, registration, and insurance. How about this one, people? For all these ghetto attorneys that be driving out on the road, like, fuck y'all, get your lawyers, bring the K9. I didn't do nothing wrong. Fuck you. Okay, so then let's say you ghetto lawyers want to have the position of this was an unlawful stop, or you didn't need to pull me over for my lights. I don't need to have them on. Let's say you want to take that firm position. What driver then? How about this one? What driver doesn't think that if an officer requests your license, registration, insurance, that you don't have to? I'm talking about in a car. Like if you're just walking down the street, right? And somebody just stops you out of nowhere. I mean, unless it's like Giuliani days, stop and fucking frisk in New York. But anyway, and check your fucking laws locally, people. Check your laws, because sometimes even walking the street, you might, depending on where you live and who the mayor is and whether you might be required to still come up off your fucking identification. Don't act like you know all the laws in every state. You don't. We don't. But we believe the moment we get our license, that if you're a police officer that pulls you over for driving, pulls you over, period, has, hey, license, registration, insurance, do we believe, no, I don't have to give it to you for driving? When did that start? I didn't know that was a new thing. You want to know why you didn't want to? Because your license was fucking suspended. That's why you didn't want to give it to the cop. That's why you told no. You're using the headlight shit as a reason to not have to supply your information because you're fucking driving suspended. You're driving dirty, B. You don't even belong on the road. You driving. Let's be real. You're driving dirty. Let's keep going. It continues to get worse.
Call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
I
told you already.
I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
You see, he makes the call now to back up. He says, uncooperative adult driver. Uncooperative. You still asking the questions now. Why did you pull me over? He already answered that question multiple times, respectfully and calmly. He did. And then you gave him the wrong responses because that's not the real law. Then he asked you for license, registration, insurance. You told him no. Like, we had 6 infractions the other day of problems. Like, this is how the situation got frustrated. Now we got 20 leading up to why you got punched in your fucking face. Not saying that the punch was right. But I don't know. Maybe the punch is fucking fully justified now too. I don't know. Let's continue.
Step out of the vehicle. No. Step out of the vehicle.
No. We already read that. That's right there. Breaking of a law right there. That is whatchamacallit. That is the refusal is shit. What the fuck am I chopping on right there? That's not disobeying an officer. That is the refusal to get out of your car is the Damn, I'm having a fucking brain freeze. Obstruction of justice and resisting arrest. So he just broke that law. We know that. Right there on the spot. Then the man closes his door on the cop and locks it. Hey, Mr. William McNeil Jr., you's a whole fucking gangster out here, B. I ain't gonna lie to you. You bold. You bold, you tough, you standoffish, you all of that. And let's keep the energy of how tough he is right here as we get through the rest of the video. You's a tough guy, B. I don't want no problems with you, B. You slammed the fucking car door in the cop's face and locked it on that bitch ass nigga, huh? You's a bold nigga, okay.
25 seconds. For 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
He said, guy resist and slammed the door on me and locked it. And he's behind the glass saying, call your supervisor. You hear it?
All right, go for it.
They gave up. They already boxed this car in. You're going to see later on in the footage, another car came and boxed in the front of his shit, actually hit his shit. They don't know what they're dealing with at this point with this fucking guy. And then it gets to a point where he says, all right, go for it. Break the fucking window. He locked himself in. It didn't start with you pulled over and then the window up because it didn't go down and they cracked it and punched you in your face. It started with your door open, slamming yourself in, locking yourself in, saying you're not giving license and insurance, already breaking laws, not having your headlights on when you actually should. He's breaking multiple laws leading up to this shit and then barricading himself in his house. And they say, in his car and saying, all right, go for it. Break the window. Go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
Oh, now it's here.
15 I'm here. What's your reason, sir? What is your reason? Step out now. All right. Get on the ground. No, don't.
You hear him saying no, while they're trying to wrestle him a little bit. He's saying no.
Put your hands behind your back. Resist. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was going to walk.
You're not talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
What I'm doing, bro? What's going on, man?
You're under arrest.
Yeah, yo, use a whole. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. Use a whole bitch right now. You want to know why? Because you was real smoky. You was real tough when you thought you was in the right, or when you was acting out, trying to make sure that you dodged that handing over of a license where I'm out here suspended riding. You was tough. Now they done grabbed you up and punched you in your face and throw you on the ground. Now you want to talk and all this and all that. You're not asking for begging for the supervisor now. You're not tough no more. People, you want to see if you get pulled out of your car, right? You want to see what something looks like on footage. We're gonna do it on footage right now. You want to see what it looks like on footage to not resist arrest, right? Watch this. Very simple. Did you hear me say anything? Did you see my body jumping around? Did you see anything moving other than me joking with my fucking fingers and hands? That's what not resisting arrest is. Turn around, hands behind your back. What I just did. That's it right there. Could talk like this because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Like this is he's in the wrong. He's in the wrong. And we're not done. We're not done. Peep this footage now. What is this? The police chief. They did a good job. They got a black officer up on the stand. Speaking about this. Smart. Smart for the police department. That's a play, but check this out.
Social media is not reality. One video clip devoid of context can be very misleading. Given that McNeil never brought this incident to JSO's attention, but rather pushed the cell phone camera footage that he had in his possession since March 5th out on social media, one can only assume, and I'm saying I assume, that he intended to inflame the public. The administrative process is still ongoing, and as such, I will neither defend nor commend Officer Bauer's response to resistance until all the facts are known and the investigation is completed. However, as the leader of this agency, I will not remain silent while important facts and information are buried to advance an anti-police agenda. The truth is, William McNeil Jr. was non-compliant with JSO officers within 21 seconds after he was stopped for multiple civil infractions. His non-compliance quickly rose to the level of criminal resistance to a police officer. McNeil was arrested and pled guilty to resisting a police officer without violence. Force absolutely looks ugly. And because all force is ugly, whether or not the officer involved acted within outside JSO policy, that's still what we're investigating.
I'm going to tell you this, people. If there's one thing I wish that didn't happen, it would probably be the two punches, right? Or two things, right? That's two. The punch after they broke the glass, and then the punch in the face after they pulled him out while he was fighting and resisting and they was trying to get him to the ground. I just wish those two punches didn't happen. I do believe that officers need to be investigated for excessive force maybe there, but if you're resisting, can you justify getting punched in the face? I don't know what police procedure is for restraining a civilian or restraining someone. I don't know if they say punches are a go. I know they say that chokeholds are not a go, right? But I don't know. And I'm not going to even bring that up right now. Those are like the two things, because as this guy said, this footage is meant to be ugly, because when you have to apply force, it's not going to be pretty. And the angle that we have been looking at all along was his cell phone footage from within the car, and nobody wanted to show when the car door was open, when it started, when he broke not one but like 3 different laws, civilian laws, right? No headlights, resisting arrest by telling him, no, I'm not getting out the car, legal in Florida, you have to comply to that, right? And not turning over license, registration, insurance when requested. Those, he didn't show us those in his cell phone footage, did he? He didn't show us those. Got us all out here riled up, ready to fucking rally and shit. And you wanted to make sure that piece wasn't in the footage, huh? But that is key, like this man said. And why does this footage come out? Do the police officers legally have to put out this body cam footage? I'm going to assume no, because this shit hits the internet in what? July. Well, it's the end of July. It's the end of July. It's about to be August. This shit happened like February. Some shit. He said he's been inflaming the public since March with his footage that is chopped and screwed. Well, not screwed, but definitely chopped. Definitely chopped. But now the police respond by putting out their footage. Here you go. You know why this shit came out, right? Because anybody with eyes and ears could see, like, oh no, this gentleman was in the wrong. But he's not done. He's moving into money grab territory now. That's almost what he's starting to look like. And I'm not going to go full A-verb on him, because the man did get punched in the face a couple times, right? I don't know if they're going to consider that legally justifiable based on the overall situation. But now it just makes me feel different towards all this mental anguish and permanent damage and temporary memory loss. It just makes you feel different now. It just makes you not feel sympathetic towards his shit. And it's like, okay, you're here for a bag from the city, possibly.
He began his remarks by thanking those who supported him and said that when he was stopped by the deputies, he knew he had done, quote, nothing wrong.
But you did.
You know, while I was getting pulled over and while I needed to step out the car when I know I didn't do nothing wrong. I was really just scared.
The sheriff saying he does not anticipate criminal charges against the officers, but says an internal investigation has been launched to determine if the officers violated department policy. In the meantime,
that's what I'm going for. That's what we believe. Policy. Like, is the punch in the face a go at both instances, in the car and outside the car while he's fighting them and resisting? Are the punches a go? That's what I want to know, right? Everything else seems aligned. Everything else seems almost proper. Shout out to King Shots from our chat says, I've complied and still got hit. Them cops deserve to lose their jobs, possibly be in jail. You deserve all forms of justice. If you complied and you was abiding by the right type of moves and process and they just OD'd and just did you wrong, you deserve your justice, homie. There are absolutely those fucking situations in the world. We're not letting all police off the hook. We know that police brutality exists. But in this particular scenario right here, he had a whole bunch of people enraged, rocking and riding for him. And now that we see the rest of the footage, he literally broke multiple laws while dealing with a calm, respectful police officer. And then he did all types of shit that if you are a police officer, puts you in danger. He's slamming the door and locking it behind tinted windows. This is just insane, all the shit that he's doing. Don't teach your kids to act like this if they ever get pulled over by a fucking cop, because they might get punched in the face, and that would be a good outcome based on all the shit he did. Worst case, niggas be getting shot. Let's move on to, you know what? Hold up, chat. Before I move on, the police officers, right? Overall, police officers, guilty, not guilty, or trial? I'm curious. Where we at, chat? Let's do it. What did I miss? Guilty, not guilty, or trial for the police officers? All right. I remember Kelson is the first way in that I see here with a not guilty. I got Sean from the chat says cops guilty. I got our members, Chins TV says guilty of excessive force. I got Sniper, our member, says not guilty. I got Antonio Sims says guilty. I got KX says guilty for the punch. I got a not guilty here from Special Beam Cannon in the chat. Cap is giving us a not guilty. I got DJ from the chat giving us a not guilty. I got a guilty hashtag here. I got a Sean Harris. The punches make it guilty. I got a chat here saying not guilty, but training will be forced. I got a not guilty. I got a guilty. I got a guilty. I got Big Yellow 317 saying trial because of the punch. I like the responses from this chat. Man guilty for the punch in the face. Both guilty. You know what? All right. There's a shout out to the whole chat. I see y'all weighing in heavy. I see y'all. That's what fucks us up. And that's what I said even before I asked, right? I said the punches. That's what I'd still take issue with. Like the punch after you crack the window, if he's sitting there and he's not trying to fight and you crack the window, you saw the cop from the other footage, open the lock, open the door, remove his seatbelt, pull him out. That first punch, I don't really get. Let me not even water it down. I don't get it all. The first punch. I don't get that punch. That's the police officers being frustrated, I believe, 100%. The second punch, once again, is it policy to be able to, fuck, y'all gonna make me stop being lazy and just pull this shit up. In Jacksonville, can a police officer punch someone in the face during resisting? I'm gonna say resisting because it's clear on the footage. Resisting of arrest. I'm curious. What did I miss? In Jacksonville and across Florida, whether a police officer officer can lawfully punch someone during an arrest hinges on two key legal frameworks: the justifiable use of force by police and restrictions on civilian resistance. Under Florida Statute 776-051, an officer may use force, including punching, if the arrest or duty is lawful and performed in good faith, It's definitely a lawful arrest. And in good faith, that's going in the police's direction as well. The force is deemed objectively necessary to complete the arrest or protect safety. Not the first punch, definitely. The second one, you can justify. Not the first one, not the first punch. It aligns with the agency's use of force policy and fits within recognized escalation protocols. So that one's going to be a little bit gray too on interpretation. The first one is not justified, people. The second, I'm sorry, the second one is by law and by what we see on footage is justified. This is me removing my personal and just doing the whole. We watch the video. If I'm on the jury, the second punch is justified. The first one, I don't see it. That's where we have a problem with the police officer, right? But I have 20 that I have a problem with McNeil for. Is it balanced because one is a punch and I don't know. Let's leave it alone. I don't want to drag it. All right, let's go to 50 Cent and Rick Ross. Got me frustrated from that shit a little bit. All right, let's go to Rick Ross's response first, and then we'll see what provoked most of this shit. All right, check it out.
Curtis, you're so infatuated with my lifestyle. You see me out on the yacht with a black, beautiful woman. And I hope you don't have anything against black, beautiful women, Curtis. I mean, what are you insinuating here? I mean, and we know you just had your heart shattered when you found out what we found out. We all found out together. And we know that's the mother of your youngest son, little Bruce Leroy. Man, but you got to give a beautiful black woman an opportunity, Curtis. We know you may have been hurt. You're a hurt hoe, but get over it, man. Enjoy a glass of fine bubbles and move on in life. Be happy.
Nah, y'all. That is a forever below the... Yo, that nigga say your little son, Bruce Leroy. How do you come back from that? We just watched, allegedly, Daphne Joy on the stand going ham about all her freak off and Diddy, and that's your op, right? Diddy's your op, right, Fifth? Oh my God, that's your BM. That's the mother of your son. How do you... Did anybody miss the original footage that spawned all of this to begin with? Let's pull it up. This is what 50 and a couple people are saying is Rick Ross pulling off some suspect behavior while taking a cruise out on a yacht.
Rose, that's my nickname.
Be careful with the music. All right. I see a heavy smile from Rick Ross. All right. So some people, including 50 Cent, allegedly are implying that this person hugging up on Rick Ross is a man. Now, this blurred picture here that's blown up, I don't see full manly features. It's like 15% suspect, the blurry picture, right? I don't know. You can't just say short hair. There's a lot of beautiful women with short hair, right? If this hair was blonde, then y'all would say, oh, this is just a slim down Amber Rose, right? I don't know what y'all on. But because of the short hair, maybe the face structure doesn't look 100% super modelish end, right? If you're gonna go 15%, then it's like cut it out. Like at that point, then we're just internet trolling, okay? And there's other people on the boat as you see there. Right? There's like 3 or 4. There's people upstairs, people downstairs. Look like there's a little kid here, a little young in there. I just don't know if Rick Ross out on the water like this with other boats moving around, especially sitting out there, right there where everybody could see other people on a boat like this, would be this deeply hung up and kissing on and hugging up on a guy. That would end his career if this came out clearly, right? Well, then again, I don't know if it would end his career because he's been through a lot and he still survived it all, right? But we're reaching. 50's reaching. I'm not reaching. He's reaching. And he's fucking reaching because he's been into it with him for 15, 20 years at this point. And I think we just got to look at this beef where we expect and enjoy the trolling for entertainment. That's what it is, man. Okay? It's real beef. If they cross paths, I wouldn't be surprised if something happened. It's real beef because serious things have happened. They say blood has been shed or money has been lost and that type of stuff. Well, blood has been shed. We can't forget that Gunplay, one of his right hand man, at least at the time, Rick Ross, they flipped him. They flipped him, right? Remember that footage came out? They caught him up and they jumped his ass, right? 50, Yayo, Mike Knox, right? They flipped this man Gunplay. So you putting hands on people. Okay. Money loss. Yeah, that happened too. Rick Ross, BM ended up suing 50 Cent when 50 Cent was on his Pimpin' Curly wave. He put out, what was it, like her porn or something like that? Exposing her. Now, I don't know how much you're getting exposed if you're recording porn. Like, I mean, but there's still protections and laws. And what 50 Cent did, technically, I mean, there's a reason why he lost that bread. And that's around time where he was filing bankruptcy, I believe, to protect some of his assets, you know. But he had to go in and out of court behind Rick Ross, or at least his BM and all this type of shit. It's real beef. It's a real problem for life. But I think they've been doing it for so long and they've gotten so old. 50 just literally turned 50 that a lot of trolling is now come on to the board. You know, oh, look at that video. That's probably a guy. Yeah, but Rick Ross takes this W right here because, all right, you want to say that this was a guy. Doesn't really look like it. He's going to skate on this one, right? But we just saw what happened with you, 50, you and your BM. And that clap back from Rick Ross is like an immediate W. I'm sorry, Fifth. I'm sorry. You want to ruin this man's career, but obviously, throughout him being a CO, throughout you trying to expose his BM, throughout all the back and forth, Rick Ross is still here and he's in high demand. And he still puts out dope music, which makes me think that's pretty much what people just want Drake to do. Because technically, Rick Ross was exposed 10 times more than Drake was exposed. Was Drake exposed? Or was just a bunch of heavy narratives that damaged his character or his reputation and his image a lot? I don't got no proof of him really being a pedo. I don't got no proof of him sleeping with underage girls or nothing like that. And that's the center and the core of his lawsuit, right? The pedo stuff. I don't got no evidence. I didn't see no proof of that. The grooming on the young stuff or whatever. Yeah, maybe you made some mistakes there. You need to stop talking and being around some of these young girls and entertaining some of these younger girls or whatever, Drake. And big mistakes there, buddy. That shit on stage where you kissed a girl on the cheek. Damn, you thick. How old are you? And all like, not good. Not good. But you being an all-out pedo of the nature that we use the word, I don't got no proof of that. Whereas Rick Ross, oh no, we have proof that should BM in that porno and Pimpin' Curly put it out. Oh no, we have the proof of you being a CEO and 50 pushing that whole wave as well. Yeah, I mean, and then even later on, it came out again with more HD footage of him accepting his award. Like the video came out, courtesy of 1090 Jake. You want to know why 1090 Jake was so inspired to do that? The relationship that he's trying to build with 50 Cent, right? Y'all didn't see that. It didn't matter. Didn't stop Rick Ross. He's still here, balling every day on y'all, making a shitload of money from liquor endorsements and ownerships and music and car shows and shit. 50 just can't kill Rick Ross. Rick Ross went on to become an even bigger rapper. So all he can do now is resort to trolling him, saying, hey, look at that guy you're with on a boat. Not true, Fifth. Now let's talk about your BM. And the only reason it sounds like I'm taking a shot at Fifth at this point with that one is because 50 is he's been too comfortable trolling. We all love 50. We will love him forever. He's done so much, and well, there are a couple things that can make us turn on him 100%. And hopefully he never does those things, right? But we love 50, right? He's been putting on for the industry and for hip hop since we met him, okay? He's the guy that we want to root for, the bad guy that you root for in a movie, the Scarface, the guy you want to see get shot up and then win and come back and dominate and go on to dropping his Diamond album. Cool. But it's like this latter portion of his career, all this trolling, and he does so much crying wolf. It's shit where it's just like, we don't believe you because you're saying a lot of shit that you can't really stand on, right? Tammy documentary. Hello, Fifth, right? Because we did the paperwork read. Big Meech doesn't have straightforward black and white snitching on his jacket or in his paperwork. Hello. And that's what he's doing on his Instagram and on social media too much these days, man. You just went Tyler Perry mode. Why does he still have so much energy towards trolling and that level of petty? There's so many billionaires in the world that don't have time for that. I mean, that's one of the reasons we love him. We like, yo, he stayed the same. But a billionaire shouldn't even have that much motivation or energy or time or thoughts to troll stupid shit. I don't got time to fucking troll Ja Rule 20 years later, or Rick Ross, or even Big Meech because he took a picture with Rick Ross. I don't. If it's fuck you, it's fuck you. If I'm cutting you off, I'm cutting you off. You know what I'm saying? But he's got so much like, how do you still care about this type of shit with Rick Ross after 20 years? All right. Let's go to Ksoo. Man. man. So we knew Ksoo's father, we saw the footage, had told on him in the interrogation box, right? But now that the trial is coming up, reports are coming out that he's set to testify. Ksoo's father is expected to take the stand and testify against him at his upcoming trial after cooperating during in the interrogation. Take a look at the footage first.
Way for 2 of the 3 people charged for the 2020 murder of Charles McCormick, also known as Little Buck. McCormick was outside a shopping center in Arlington.
Keem Robinson, better known as Ksoo, and Leroy Whitaker are being tried together with separate juries for the 2020 murder of Charles McCormick Jr., better known as Little Buck. Robinson is charged with first-degree murder as a criminal member. Whitaker is charged with first-degree murder as a criminal member, burglary with a battery, and home invasion robbery. Both Robinson and Whitaker are alleged to be part of the ATK. On January 15th, 2020, McCormick was outside of a shopping plaza in Arlington. Investigators say Robinson, Whitaker, and Dominique Barner followed McCormick from his house to the shopping plaza with the intent to kill him. Officials say Robinson killed McCormick because he made a rap song that dissed the late rapper Willie Addison, better known as Big Goon. Robinson, Whitaker, and Barner drove away and were chased by JSO until they crashed.
Jury selection is underway.
Whitaker and Barner ran into a woman's house and allegedly held her hostage for an hour until they were picked up by Robinson's dad, Abdul Robinson Sr. Police say security video shows Abdul Robinson Sr. escape after the killing. Barner took a plea deal, and Abdul Robinson Sr. is charged with accessory after the fact. Action News Jax showed you the moment Abdul Robinson Sr. blamed his son Hakeem McCormick.
Now, when you watched that video of the murder of Charles McCormick, did you recognize the...
Yes, sir.
Who was the in that video?
Hakeem Robinson.
Your son, Hakeem Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Abdul Robinson Sr. is expected to testify against his son during the trial, and also charged with first degree is Abdul Robinson Jr. He, however, is going to be tried separately. Whitaker and Barner ran into a woman's house and allegedly held her hostage for an hour until they were picked up by...
It's 3 things that super shock me here. It's like, okay, 1, I could never testify, snitch on, or turncoat on my son. Ever. like he could do the worst. I would be just like Jeffrey Dahmer's father. Like damn, but I'm still there in the back of the courthouse, just quiet, just like that's what unconditional love is, right? I might be exaggerating, right? Like, stay with me, people, but that's what unconditional love is. So the fact that he's testifying on his son, that's number 1. Number 2, to testify on your son after, I'll say allegedly, being involved in the situation. You went and you picked them up and you was there escaping, but then when you got caught and y'all got arrested, you turned. So that's number 2. You know our definition of a rat, right, people? if you involve yourself and then it don't go your way, and then you speak or you deal with authorities, you're a rat. And I don't care if that authority figure is a principal, a detective, a teacher, a parent, you're a rat. Okay. That's number two. Number three, this guy has the reputation of being a street nigga himself, the father. So to see that he's going to testify on his son, all three of those is just like, it's insane. Self-preservation at its highest form on display here. But when it comes to Ksoo, we're going to do a guilty, not guilty trial in a second, people. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to be found guilty when they got footage. And you got your father there testifying. Like, I'm the one that picked them up from the house when they fucking held the person hostage after the shooting, and they got footage of them escape route through the yard. They got him on a stand. We already know the answer of what's going to happen, right? But there's way more backstory for Ksoo. Some of us know him already. The whole Young and Ace and Julio Fulio war, ATK and all that. I'll play about 10 minutes of this just to remind y'all who this self-proclaimed demon really is.
A lot of rap fans know that Ksoo is allegedly one of the most savage dudes in Jacksonville, but most people have no idea how crazy the story really is. His whole family has been tearing up the streets of Jacksonville since the 90s, from murders in broad daylight, selling dirty cops. Today we're breaking down why they're one of the most dangerous families in the city. Hakeem Robinson, aka Ksoo, is definitely the most famous dude in the Robinson family. But his older brother Willie, also known as Boss Goon, is a big reason why Ksoo's wrapped up in the war in Jacksonville and facing 2 different murder cases right now. Before Ksoo's brother Willie started going by the name Boss Goon, there was another dude with the same name in the area that came up. The OG Boss Goon repped a set called Flag Street, and back in the day, he helped spark one of the deadliest beefs in the city with Grant Park. Flag Street and Grant Park were cool back in the day, but reports say everything started with the OG Boss Goon in the nightclub. Some dudes from Grant Park and Flag Street got into an argument at the club, and OG Boss Goon allegedly threw a drink at a Grant Park affiliate. Less than 24 hours later, the first murder in the beef went down when a dude named Jerry Clemens was shot and killed in a drive-by. Over the next couple of years, at least 20 people were killed in the war between Grant Park and Flag Street, and people claim that the OG Boss Goon was putting the most pressure on the ops. It's not clear how much the OG Boss Goon really added to the score back in the day, but the ops wanted him gone so badly that they boxed him in with 3 whips and killed him in broad daylight in 2010. The OG Boss Goon was one of the most feared dudes in the city, and that's why Ksoo's brother took his name after he got active in the trenches. That same year the OG Boss Goon got killed, Ksoo's brother Boss Goon got booked on a murder charge. He ended up beating the case after the prosecutors dropped everything due to lack of evidence. But then Ksoo's brother Boss Goon went down for 6 years on burglary and charges for lying under oath in court. Boss Goon finally came home in 2018 and hopped right in the booth. According to people close to the situation, Boss Goon was trying to get out of all the drama and make it in the industry. He was locked up from the age of 16 to 24, and wasting all that time made him realize he needed to switch up how he moved. He was booking shows and dropping new music, but just a few months later, the ops caught up to him in a brutal shooting. In January 2019, Boss Goon had a set at the Paradise Gentlemen's Club in Jacksonville. Everything went smoothly, and it seemed like everyone was just happy for him to finally be free again, and nobody expected what was about to happen. Boss Goon, his dad Blue, and his brother Crazy K all hopped in a whip after the show with a few other people. They were driving down the highway and made it a few miles without any issues, but then 3 whips full of shooters pulled up out of nowhere. They hit up Blue's whip and dumped over 100 shots at them. Everyone inside the whip got hit. Boss Goon's brother, Crazy K, got hit in the head 3 times. His dad Blue also took 2 shots to the back and survived. But Boss Goon tragically didn't make it out of the situation alive. Nobody was ever booked for the murder. And Boss Goon's dad Blue said that he thinks the police didn't really look into it because of their family's past in the city. Blue told reporters that he got out of prison in 2009 and hasn't been in any serious trouble since then. But the cops weren't treating him like they would if someone else got shot. After Boss Goon got killed, rumors were flying that Blue had put a bag on whoever was behind the shooting. It's not clear what was going down behind the scenes, but Blue went on the news and said he wanted justice for Boss Goon and he wasn't sending out hits. When Boss Goon got killed, his younger brother Ksoo allegedly started sliding for him immediately. Nobody was arrested for Boss Goon's murder, but rumors say it was related to the deadly war in Jacksonville between Young and Ace's ATK crew and a set called 6 Block. Ksoo reps ATK, but he also reps a group called NGH, or No Hospital Gang. No Hospital Gang isn't really a set though. It's an alliance between crews like ATK, Flag Street, BB4L, and other crews. Young and Ace has his ATK crew, but he also reps NHG. And on the track Who I Smoke, he shouted Ksoo and NHG out when he rapped, "My killer make his face go." That's one thing about Ksoo. No Hospital Gang, boy, you know that case closed. Want him dead, bust his head, all I do is say go. And on that same track, Ace is one of the ops that Ksoo is facing a murder charge for right now. But before we get into the brutal shooting Ksoo allegedly committed as get back for his brother Boss Goon, We got to take a quick look at how Jacksonville was turning into a war zone. ATK's main ops in Jacksonville is a crew called 6 Block. Julio is the most famous dude in the group. According to reports, the whole beef between 6 Block and ATK started after Julio's cousin, Zion Brown, was murdered by Ace's homie, Trey Shorty. Both sides started dropping bodies, and one time, Ace got caught up in a shooting that left 3 other ATK affiliates dead. Ace, 2-3, Quan, and 4 went out to dinner and got caught by the ops when they were leaving the restaurant. They started dumping bullets into their whip. Ace got hit and survived, but he watched his 2 best friends and brother die right in front of him. The shooting was wild, but what made the situation really pop off and start getting everyone's attention was the crazy diss tracks that started coming after the hit. Julio was dissing Ace on tracks like When I See You and raps Ace from the West, how he clicked up with the East Side. He ain't been the same since he seen the other 3 die. I'm 2-3 high. Say your goodbye. Gave that boy the business like a suit and a bow tie. Let them boys block up like the 4th of July. They got caught lacking. The whole world want to know why. Ace and his homies on the ATK side were dissing right back and clowning Julio's dead friends. And after Boss Goon died, Ksoo went out looking for revenge. According to reports, Julio's little brother, Lil Bibby, and his friend Pop Out were hanging out at the Hilltop Apartments in 6 Block territory when Ksoo and his homie ATK Scotty came through and started letting off shots. Pop Out and Bibby took off running in different directions, and Scotty went after Pop Out while Ksoo chased down Bibby. Pop Out was able to get away, but Ksoo allegedly walked Julio's little brother Bibby down and shot him point blank in the head. After Bibby died, ATK started dissing him like crazy. On the track, Who I Smoke, Young and Ace raps, Who I Smoke, Bibby. Ksoo and Scotty also dissed him on social media and started wearing jerseys with Bibby's name on them. And on the track, Ksoo bitch, Ksoo raps, ATK don't do no drive-bys. He ain't going to the hospital, dead flies. Who the f want to play with us? They dead guys. Bibby had a closed casket, I wasn't surprised. Ksoo also took shots at Pop Out on the same track for running away and rapped, I don't know why y'all call him Pop Out, because Mike gon' hide. Still smoking this dank, can't open my eyes. And a few months later, Ksoo, Scotty, and Ace all almost died. Young and Ace had a show in Georgia and brought the ATK crew with them. Everything was smooth at first. When they got back to their hotel, the ops were waiting for them in the parking lot. Shots started going off, but Ksoo and Scotty started busting back while everyone else was running for cover. After it went down, Ksoo dropped the track, Been Dead, and rapped, we gon' pull it back on your head and get you toe tagged. And I don't like to brag, but Don Dada got that K. Should've killed me in Waycross. They hopped out with the Ks. Me and Scotty busting back, we was on the same page. An ATK op named Tiki Shots was allegedly there when the shooting went down, and some people think Ksoo ended up killing him later. Tiki Shots was murdered at a gas station, and on Been Dead, Ksoo raps, I was mad at I went up in a rage. I caught lacking at the store, his face. The war between ATK and 6 Block slowed down for a little while, but then in 2024, ATK finally caught their biggest op and allegedly killed Julio while he was celebrating his 26th birthday. Julio was in Tampa, Florida when it went down, and the cops say that some ATK and 1200 affiliates followed him out there and killed him. Ksoo was locked up when it went down, but after the news broke, he hopped on social media to clown Julio. Ksoo posted a photo of them together back before all the beef started and said, it's gonna be boring without you. Ksoo wasn't the only one in his family allegedly putting in work for ATK though. And on the same track, he shouted out his brothers, Crazy K, and Foul Out Sosa, rapping, they say I'm f***ed up in the head, I need to take them meds. I'm a Crazy K, and he said he want everybody dead. And we'll foul out your ass, boy, you better not play. And we catch you broad day and shoot you in your face. Foul Out Sosa caught an attempted murder case back in 2015 after he allegedly shot an op named Twin K in broad daylight. It was never confirmed, but some people think Twin K was on the hit when Ace's brother and friends got hit up after dinner and died right next to Ace. After he allegedly shot Twin K in the leg, Foul Out went on the run and tried to do the race. He tried to trick the cops by posting about hiding out in Mexico, but they caught up to him after just a couple of months, and Foul Out got hit with a 5-year sentence for shooting Twin K. Crazy K was allegedly putting pressure on the ops too, and now Ksoo, Crazy K, and their dad Blue are all wrapped up in a wild murder case. Back in 2020, a rapper from Jacksonville allegedly dissed their dead brother, Boss Goon. So Ksoo and Crazy K allegedly slid on him with their homie, Dominique Barner, and caught Lil Buck outside a shopping mall and killed him in broad daylight. The police rolled up and saw a shooter standing over Lil Buck with a rifle. Then the shooter hopped in a whip and they all tried to get away. They ended up crashing the whip though, and Ksoo ran one way while the other dude split off in a different direction. Dominique Barner and the other alleged shooter ran inside a woman's house and started stealing her husband's clothes. And when the woman came out of the bathroom, Dominique Barner started choking her. That's when someone called up Ksoo's dad, Blue, and asked him to come pick them up. Blue pulled through, and everyone got out of the situation at first. But then Dominique Barner got booked, and the confidential informant caught him talking about the whole case and saying that Ksoo was the one who pulled the trigger. Before the cops caught up to him, Ksoo was already dissing Lil Buck on tracks like ATK War when he raps, oh, Ksoo stepping, 2 choppers in a foreign car, be ready. 2 of his favorite convicted felons. They better be ready. I'm gonna shoot them choppers till they all go hell in heaven. And every time we stepped on those, they wasn't ready. According to reports, Ksoo wanted to kill Lil Buck because he dissed his brother Willie, aka Boss Goon. And on the track Dead Ops, Ksoo said, "Send a op to a better place. He should have never dissed Willie. All year long we smoked that so this motherfucking day. We don't play. Let that know. Hit him with that KTA. With that spell, motherfucking ATK." The cops eventually caught up to Ksoo, his brother Crazy K, and their dad Blue, and charged them all for being involved with Lil Buck's death. A dad and two of his sons all getting hit with the same murder case was already crazy, but nobody expected what happened next. Instead of holding it down for his sons, the dad Blue decided to flip and pointed Ksoo out to the cops as the one who killed Lil Buck.
Now, when you watched that video of the murder of Charles McCormick, did you recognize the shooter?
Yes, sir.
Who was the shooter in that video?
Hakeem Rose.
Your son, Hakeem Robinson.
Yes, sir.
When the news broke that Blue was working with the cops to save himself, nobody could believe what was happening. Blue came up in the trenches too, and nobody thought he was going to flip on his own kids. After everyone found out what was going down, Blue hopped on social media to defend himself. He said that if his own dad was facing a charge like that, he would have done anything he could to make sure he didn't do time. Lil Boosie aired him out in an interview with DJ Vlad, said he wants to write a letter to Blue.
I won't write him in jail. So whoever watching this, send me that nigga address, man. I won't write him and talk to him. I want to make them people do their job. They're laughing at you over beer and shots right now.
He also said that Ksoo's people will probably end up killing Blue over the situation. And according to Boosie, that's what the cops want to happen.
We're going to make him testify and let his ass out after and give him credit for time served and let Ksoo boy smoke his ass. 2 birds and 1 stone.
Blue has been all over the headlines for throwing his sons under the bus. But with
So I ain't gonna lie. Blue, his statement, his public statement is backwards. If it was my dad, I would have did anything I could to get my parents out of that. That's backwards. It's supposed to be, we said yesterday, sacrifice for the kids, right? For your kids. It's no longer about you once you start raising a child. Actually, you're supposed to take it for the child. Now, if we start talking about Ksoo specifically, as you guys, some of y'all know already, and some of y'all could get from documentaries like this, Ksoo is an all-out demon, a super demon. And in the background, I was thinking about old stuff as that video was playing. Videos of like him and King Von, I think, on FaceTime together, bragging about who got the most bodies and stuff. Hold on, here's one. Let's see if this is the one of the ones I remember seeing.
Put it on again. Get him, bro. Come on, man. Hey, somebody help us do this shit. That one trying to call. Ksoo, get the camera. Get the camera, Ksoo.
Now, Ksoo know how to do it. You for sure know how to do it. What you want?
Yo. You said what?
Tell him I got way more than him.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna lie. Hey, what you got?
Oh, yeah.
Put it on again. Get him, bro.
Come on, man.
Hey,
Somebody help us do this shit.
That one trying to call. Ksoo, get the camera. Get the camera, Ksoo.
Now, Ksoo know how to do it. You for sure know how to do it. What you?
Your man said, I got more than him. That nigga Young and Ace backed up and said, hold on, I'm on live. The King Von just happens to be a guy that has a documentary out called Hip Hop's First Serial Killer, right? These guys were so blatant with their lives, I mean, we all watched the King Von documentary. His self-incrimination is like, I could debate that King Von did more self-incrimination over the course of him being a street nigga, and then even as he moved into the music industry, I could debate that he did way more than even the AR Abs of the world. Because I think he's done more. I don't know. Who knows what AR Abs did, but I think King Von did more shit than AR Ab, right? So his tweets and lives and songs and Ksoo this is that culture. I think we need to come up with something that's above drill music. We do, because a Young and Ace, a Ksoo, a King Von, a Julio Fulio, the shit that they're rapping about, it's not just drill music, dog. It's something above that of what they're doing on also off music, of telling the whole world all the people that they have killed and all the shit they have done. Ksoo's demon nature, man. All that shit with Bibby, and then I Googled in the background this as well. The constant trolling of Bibby. Ksoo, Step on Some, and then the Jersey Bibby. What's this one? The Bibby Jersey. If all you got to do is, you see what I Googled here, right? Ksoo Bibby Out. I think that was one of the mixtapes. All Bibby jerseys come up because that's all they used to do is troll Bibby's passing. with the Mike Bibby basketball jersey. And if you search Ksoo mixtape cover, this was one of the most controversial tapes that ever. The parents got involved, all types of. Look at this, Ksoo Bibby out, and all of these pictures that are in smoke are people that are dead that he's rapping about, alleged ops. This was the fucking cover to the tape that dropped. Yeah, parents and people going insane. Like, what the fuck is this? How he didn't get indicted behind all of this is a whole nother story. Look at this one right here. Violent child. Right? All right. You can call yourself whatever, but chat. Ksoo, when it comes to his upcoming trial, guilty, not guilty trial. What do y'all got? What y'all got for Ksoo? Go ahead, do it. Go ahead and do it. What you got? Right? You tried it. Say it again. Drill music is full of serial killers, B. Crazy. All right. We got Between Rounds TV got a guilty. We got a sniper with a guilty. We got 2 Clean Johns, our member, with a guilty. We got Nike checks from the chat saying he smoked. Real Estate One, our member, I love that name, says done. Sean Harris, our member, says Ksoo is toast, guilty. Shout out to the chat with the hit the like and subscribe people. Our member Kelson says guilty. Our member Craig says guilty. What's Sassy saying? Sassy is saying like that between check the trees. Yes, absolutely. We got Cherry from the chat saying guilty. I mean, I don't even know why I asked it, just to keep the flow of what we're doing here. Let me be fair for the man. I probably want to see if I was going to get any not guilty. Oh, here goes a oh, you're joking, you're trolling. Son of a God says trial, technically, LOL. That was the first trial I see, and it sounds like you're fucking me being sarcastic. So I definitely didn't see no not guilties. Here's my thing. Of course, I'm going with guilty people, right? Here's my thing with the Ksoos of the world. You want to prove to the jury and to these courts that I didn't do it. I ain't on nothing. I ain't a killer. I ain't a shooter. These songs don't mean nothing. How active I was don't mean nothing. All of this drama, all of these stories, all of this evidence and shit trailing behind my name, all of it is false. Let me out, right? Here's one thing that people they forget until the handcuffs go on or the charges drop or you in them interrogation rooms or you in them courts. Do you want us to believe you or not? Right? Now, if you come out and it's just like, yo, I'm just doing what I'm doing. Like, this is the type of music. And we've had artists like that where it's just like, yo, this is just the music. You know what I'm saying? And if you like it, you like it. If you fuck with it, you good. If not, then go somewhere else. Find somebody else to listen to. Ksoo, I believe you times 100. I believe you, dude. I'm sorry if you made a believer out of me because of your history, your reputation, your music, the social media. I believe you. I don't think that you're a liar in all of this shit. I don't think that he's a fake nigga. I don't think he's stunting for the gram. I don't think he's stunting for Twitter. I believe you. You made a believer out of me. So I'm crazy now to say guilty now when you're caught up in all of this shit. Like, how do that makes no fucking sense. That's a contradiction. I believe you. If Ksoo got online right now and said, ARP, when I see you, I'm going to torch you, I wouldn't have any conversation with it. I would end up in jail for just flaming his direction without even a conversation happening because I believe him that much. I would believe that tweet means my life is 1000% in danger because of this guy's reputation and how he moves. So he could be hopping out the car to come shake my hand. He would end up shot and I would just have an itchy trigger finger like, take me to jail. I feel like I was about to die. That's his reputation. I wasn't going to see if he was joking or not as he walked up to me. No. Fuck no. I believe you. So how the fuck you want me to believe a man with this type of reputation, this type of background, this type of drama on his name, and then say not guilty? And you studio rappers always take that into account. When you get mad at social media talking about, oh, he's done, throw the book at him, give him life and all this type of stuff, and you get mad, just remember, you made us believe you, who you presented. Factor that in. All right. I would say this is a funny one, but I'll show a tiny bit of compassion. Did y'all see this viral video going around, people? Trying to avoid how you're getting arrested because of your newly implanted BBL. Just when you think you've seen everything.
Actually, can you check? Can I check it now? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ma'am, I just need you to relax.
I'm just putting on my pants.
I
I want y'all to
understand.
know that.
Listen. You don't have a driver's license. You drove here. You parked in the handicap spot.
I apologize.
The ongoing active
You
investigation
apologize for that?
regarding the Lululemon.
Trying to go in and out, and because my outfit's for my trip. Come on, sit down.
You can have a seat on the curb if you would like. Yeah.
Wait,
you can't sit down then, right?
Huh?
She had a procedure done. Can you sit down?
Yeah, I could sit down, but like on like some soft.
I just didn't know if you can. That's why.
Huh?
I didn't know if you can because you the procedure that time.
Yeah, but like how I sit is. I don't want to show you something.
Mike, good. You want to go to the hospital?
Now put this
Face him. Face him.
Okay.
Turn around right now. No, medical reason.
Hey, you cannot do
Listen,
that.
hey.
Wait, I gotta sit on some soft.
No, you're sitting there. We're not doing that.
I can't sit on my butt.
You drove here. You sat down.
Yes, not on nothing hard. It's hard as hell. That's soft.
Aware that you have a warrant out of Palatine
For what?
for theft? And what is this about regular juvenile murderer / violent offender against you?
Little, doing a lot of fighting, so they did that.
People, I'm gone. Yo. She was parked in a handicapped spot and she didn't have a license. They ran down on her because of allegations that she was stealing clothes. She said she was picking up something in and out for her upcoming trip. You got your procedure done. You ready to now hit the beach, shorty. You got your ass done. This is fucking incredible. Yo, there's fucking comments in the chat saying that she faked that she was fainting. And the moment the police officer started to drag her up, she woke up and started screaming because they dragged her on her ass. Like, you're gonna ruin my fucking my BBL. That is insane, B. And this is what y'all want to go through. This is what y'all want to put y'all bodies through. And then they throw ass in the back of the car. And they say, yo, what's this other situation right here? Oh, the murder? I was just fighting. What? She had another situation, they said, for stealing out of Palestine. Like, you an international thief? Stealing out of Palestine is different. Me personally, even if I was a thief, I'm not fucking around overseas, right? The last place you want to get locked up is out the country that you actually live in, where you're away from all your help, your resources, your friends, your family. You got to fuck around and you're sitting there and can you make it back home? What? And then the Middle East, places where you might fuck around and end up in front of a firing squad or some shit. Yo, he said they got you already for a warrant for stealing out of Palestine. And how does a warrant from Palestine come up for him in whatever city this is? Unless I'm being ignorant right now, and Palestine is like a different city or neighborhood or area within the states. I don't know. I don't want to sound stupid. Like ARP is not talking about Palestine overseas. But then it brings up a fucking murder, and she pretty much tells on herself and says, oh, that was because I was doing a lot of fighting. What? Did he really just ask you about what's up with this murder? And you said I was doing a lot of fighting on camera, recorded. Yo. Shorty, you got way more going on than worrying about you ruining your BBL. Oh my God, B. Y'all got it. Just when you think you have seen it all. All right, what do we got left? Let me stay with crime, and then I'm gonna go to something that I think is funny. Let's stay with crime real quick. You see 6ix9ine in the thumbnail, right? We don't have a big topic for him, but I put him there because he's one of these. It's like the OJ syndrome. It's like, yo, dude, you don't know how to sit down either, huh? You just refuse to sit the fuck down. 6ix9ine pleads guilty to cocaine and MDMA possession, will be sentenced in September. Tekashi 6ix9ine has officially changed his plea from not guilty to guilty after being caught with drugs earlier this year. What would make you change your plea like that? Is it that you're no longer fighting it? Well, see, when we normally hear about a plea deal, that's one thing, right? But to change it is just like, I don't even want to spend the lawyer money to fight this. I just want to change it and then go into court and figure out what type of sentence I might have for this drug possession. To change your plea like that. Okay. The Trolls rapper appeared in federal court and admitted to possessing cocaine and MDMA, which authorities found during March raid at his Miami home. The charges mark a serious violation of his, and he's still on probation, a serious violation of his probation from his high-profile 2018 Nine-Trey Gangsta Bloods case. He's now set to be sentenced in September. That's another thing. Let me check that out real quick. How long was the rapper 6ix9ine given probation during his 2018 case? How long was he given probation for? I'm curious. In October 2018, 6ix9ine was sentenced to 4 years in connection with the situation and had 3 years of active probation remaining, along with 1,000 hours of community service. Can't be, because that would mean it was over. Effective probation term was 3 years. Official sentence was 4 years. Additional terms, 1,000 hours of community service, gang affiliation ban, and content restrictions. So how did he violate probation if it was 3 years from 2018? That would be 2023. We're moving into 2025. Well, if this raid happened in March 2025, yeah, he's past probation. That's odd. Okay. Either way, the man don't want to sit down. The man likes to stay in trouble, I guess. It is what it is, man. I still say it's funny that he did what he did. He owned up to it, and then he still became like internationally successful, still was doing numbers in the States as well, and still living better than many of your favorite rappers. That's just the principles of the music industry, man. Music is music, hot is hot. You know, Rick Ross to a degree taught people that, right? CEO, who cares? Who cares? Don't matter. If it's hot, they're gonna click play. Oh man. Last but not least, man, I thought this was funny to see. Check this out. The life of a billionaire, man. Must be nice.
93 in months. And I had to think about it. It went over my head, right? And I got home. Carrying generational wealth with wealth is pressure just not having.
I don't get the 93. What's that mean?
So gas. He's saying like he used the 90, the high octane, right? So
I've been in a gas station 25 years.
See, that's a level of boss. That's boss. Hey, look. Hold on. And listen, Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hey, listen. Wait a minute. Are you been in Jersey? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's get that one more time.
No, actually, I went to a quick trip during the pandemic.
Oh my God!
Hey,
quick trip during the pandemic. Hey, I go there all the time.
And didn't know how to open the tank.
So I've been 93 in months. And I had to think about it. It went over my head, right? And I got home.
They just talk about cars. They said, I'll put 93 in mine. He said, what you mean? He's like, that's the level of gas. Nigga said, I ain't been to a gas station in 25 years. Then he caught himself like, wait, I might have went to a quick trip during the pandemic and didn't even know how to open a gas tank. Now, not knowing how to open a gas tank is fucking ridiculous for a man that's driving a car, right? That's fucking crazy, right? But not going to a gas station in 25 years, yo, you got it. You got it. And that is a reality, people. That's not no stunt, and that's not no, or that sounds improper. You and I drive back and forth to the fucking gas station every fucking day, right? Whenever we get low. In his lifestyle, first of all, he has drivers, okay? It'd be part of the driver's responsibility to gas up. Now, you're trying to say you never stopped at a gas station, you know, while you had a driver. Maybe you didn't know that the nigga was stopping. Maybe you don't consider that because you're not the one that's driving. Either way, it's just that type of lifestyle, B. Now, I just don't think you should get that out of touch where you don't know how to pump gas. It's like a man not knowing how to change a tire or a light bulb or fucking fix a doorknob and shit like that. It's like little small shit you don't need to call a handyman for around the house. Like, you need to be active. But that's that type of money, B. That's that type of. After I get off the stream, I'm gonna fuck around and Google Tyler Perry's crib. I want to see what some of his crib looks like, man. It's just, it is what it is, man. Man, I haven't been to a gas station 25 years, damn near, he says. It is what it is. All right. In conclusion, from today's stream, William McNeil Jr., yes, the cops put out their footage. You have been exposed, sir. Good luck with your civil cases or seeking whatever type of justice you want to seek from the Jacksonville Police Department. Good luck to you, sir. I just feel like that footage fully exposed you. They exposed the shit out of you. 50, you are who you are, man. I can't sit up here and keep asking like for you to chill out with this stupid trolling shit. But Rick Ross slapped you with something that's going to follow you for the rest of your career. Your BM. You tried to get in front of it by posting shit about her. It doesn't work. She will always be a reflection of you, B. Taking that fucking stand. Yeah, and then the way Diddy did this with the baby, that's your BM. Oh, shit. And then everything else, man, when you talk about your man Ksoo and his pops, shout out to the drill scene. You demons, man. I want to stay far from y'all. I don't want nothing to do with none of that shit. 6ix9ine. What else is new? Tyler Perry. Be careful. There's a lot of A-verbs out there. Niggas will find a way to try to sue you. Other than that, keep an eye out for the clips that'll start dropping, and I will see y'all 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house up. And shout out to the members.
Without my, they still got a gun. Come on.